Pat's personal portrait. Of all of the people that you've met on this internet visit, we've never introduced you to the tourist. All kinds of residents, all kinds of longtime business people, but the tourist, so important to our economy, we haven't featured. So let's do it. Because you are Kristen Jarnigan.
Yes, sir.
The official title.
VP of Communications for the Arizona Lodging and Tourism Association.
With more promotional and marketing and advertising money than you know what to do with.
Right, I wish. It'd be great. We would know what to do with it if we had it, for sure.
Isn't it true that Ohio spends more money attracting people there than Arizona does?
I don't know about Ohio, but probably North Dakota, so.
I've read those figures and I can't believe it. Yeah, I know that the answer would be, well, if you don't advertise North Dakota, who's going to go there? But the reality is, when was the last time somebody said, let me see, Ohio, wow, to spend the summer in Ashtabula, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Right, but again, we had this argument that Hawaii doesn't need to advertise either because everyone knows how beautiful they are, but they spend $75 million because that visitor dollar is so important to our economy.
But we're doing okay this summer, aren't we?
We're doing better. We do a little bit better each year from 2009, which was our worst year in recent history.
Even in the summer?
In the summers are getting better. You're right. The summers we've gotten a lot smarter. I think, through bad times, through challenges, sometimes come opportunities, and we've gotten a lot smarter about keeping people local, really tapping into the drive market, the Arizona market, and now having great new product at the resorts. I mean, the Princess Resort just opened a zip line across their lagoon.
Yeah.
And there's a brand new swimming pool at the Hyatt Gainey Ranch. And so, people really understand that summer market's important and they're investing in it.
Water features very important. But are the golf courses popular in the summertime?
With locals, they are, because we know that we're not stupid enough to pay $350 for 18 holes, and we can go out there for 50 later on. We're not afraid of the heat, so absolutely.
The folks at Troon just fainted. They just passed out. Said, wait, it's the tourism lady.
This is great, though, because we appreciate the people that come out here and pay those rates at the resorts when it's over $500 a night, and the golf courses. But we're not going to do that in our hometown. We take advantage of it when the costs go down because we're not amenable to the hot weather. We love it.
I just read that we are in competition with Orlando as the resort capital of the United States. And here's Orlando with all of these parks and all of these huge attractions. What is the biggest single most popular attraction in the valley, in Maricopa County?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. It'd probably have to be, you'd have to get the tourism numbers. I mean, people used to say that Rawhide was the #1 attraction in the valley, or sometimes it could be the Phoenix Open, when how many people come in for the Phoenix Open.
But it's spread out like that?
It is spread out like that. There's not one thing. I mean, the biggest attraction in Arizona is clearly the Grand Canyon, and that's where our challenge is with our competitors, because the biggest attraction in Orlando is Disneyland, and Disneyland is spending millions upon millions of dollars promoting that, and we have the Grand Canyon, which we have to promote. No one else is out there doing that. So
we have to remind a lot of people, amazingly large numbers of people, that the Grand Canyon is in Arizona, not Utah, and not Nevada.
Most
I'm
people,
not kidding.
No, I actually did a man on the street several years ago when I worked for the Office of Tourism. I went to Seattle, not that far away, and I did a man on the street impromptu interview, asked everyone where they think the Grand Canyon is, and the #1 answer was Colorado. Because the Colorado River runs through it. So people
just a
think.
Second. Hold on, just a moment. That's why it's called the Grand Canyon State. I would love to think that perhaps we got across to a few folks.
Right. A lot of people get there from Las Vegas, too. I mean, Las Vegas has spent millions of dollars promoting access from Las Vegas to the Grand Canyon. So it's a competitive industry.
It wasn't that long ago, Kristen, that when we approached summer, and I'm talking about like the middle of May, there were restaurants and sometimes entire resorts that would close for the summertime. Fortunately, we've gotten past that.
Absolutely. I mean, most resorts and restaurants still make the majority of their revenue in the first quarter, the peak season. And again, for the resorts in particular, it's because the prices are so much higher. They're getting triple the room. But we've gotten smarter about attracting summer visitors, and we realize that summer visitors are a lot more work. You have to understand, when staycationers come to the resort, it's not the same as the business traveler coming here on an expense account. They come in, they bring their coolers. I know, I do it too. You bring your cooler to your room, you don't spend as much money in the outlets, and so they're not making as much money, and it's hard to employ it. But I'll tell you what, when you go to our resorts and restaurants in the summertime, they're hopping. And
She used the term staycation. You stay here in the valley. Pick out the resort of your choice. Maybe you want to take the kids because of all the water features. And a lot of them, you can take your dogs now. Hey, listen, I'm talking about you who live in the Valley of the Sun. You can be a tourist too, because you found out about all of those reasons on this portrait show on News Talk 92. That's the radio station on KTAR.com. But I'm also on News Talk 92.3 KTAR.